welcome to today's episode of Weeknight Bite. I'm Lindsay Levine, and today I'm making one of my favorite things. It's like a Southwestern chicken quinoa medley, and a lot of times I'll put it into a little iceberg lettuce cup and make them into lettuce wraps. So I'm going to show you how to make these today, and this is something I actually learned from my mom. She is an amazing cook. She taught me how to start cooking with this little recipe box when I went to college. She gave me all these easy, simple recipes and showed me that you can really make delicious meals without it being too difficult. So this is inspired by my mom. She cooks chicken and quinoa all the time because my dad's a pretty simple eater, so she has to somehow make that interesting. The quinoa is cooking right now, and the way I make my quinoa is just the way the box tells you to do it. Mine said 2 cups water and 1 cup quinoa. I usually do 1 cup water, 1 cup chicken broth, and then the quinoa just to give it a little more flavor. So that's cooking. I have some drained and rinsed black beans. This is pre-roasted corn. It's frozen corn. It's already roasted, so it makes it easy for you. We're going to use some green onions, also known as scallions. We'll use some lemon. That'll be in our dressing. And then this is a combination of diced onions, garlic, and shallots. It just makes things so easy so you don't have to sit here chopping all night. You just toss it in. I bought a rotisserie pre-cooked chicken that I already chopped up, and then we'll just throw it all together and it'll be great. So first I'm just going to chop my green onions, just cut off the little tips, and then cut off the ends too. Move those aside, and I'll just cut them into small little pieces. We'll also use this as garnish on the top, so just a couple of slices. That should be good. And now we'll cut up some of our cilantro. And what's great about cilantro, which is unlike other herbs, is you can actually use the stems in your cooking. When you're using parsley or something, you just have to peel off the leaves and just cut that, but cilantro is much easier and quicker. You just use it all. So I usually just fold it up like this to make it easy, and just a quick rough chops, and then that's pretty much it. Okay, now we're going to move over to the stove and we're going to put it all together. Put a little olive oil in my pot. I like to just make a lot of one-pot meals because it makes less cleaning. Just throw it all in there and then you're done. So my quinoa is all finished. We're going to mix it in, but first we're going to put in our medley of onions, garlic, and shallots. Toss the mixture in. I don't really have a measurement that I use. I just kind of throw it in, and this actually makes a lot of food, so it lasts me a couple days. So you need a decent amount of onions and garlic to season this meal. I really like this style of cooking because when I get home from a long day of work, I'm so exhausted. I just want to sit on the couch and have something healthy. And I don't want to spend forever in the kitchen. So I'm thinking if I can make something in 15 minutes that's good for me, then that's ideal. And that's what you have here with this Weeknight Bite. So you can start to smell the onions. And at this point I'm just going to throw in my black beans. I have them right here. Toss them in. I have my frozen roasted corn. Toss that in. Mix it up. So we have the onions, garlic, shallots, black beans, and corn in here. I'm going to throw in my rotisserie chicken breast, which I just chopped up. I got it at my local grocery store and just cut the breast up so that I didn't have to sit here cooking it. I'm going to toss in my cilantro and scallions. It's smelling so good. You can just smell that fresh cilantro. It makes such a difference to cook with the fresh herbs. I know that sometimes you don't have time or you don't have it on hand, but if you do, it does make a big difference. Otherwise, you can always buy the jarred herbs and it'll still taste good. So now I'm mixing in the quinoa. We're just going to rewarm everything all together. Looks good. Once it's warm, I will make the dressing. I'll cut up the avocado, and then we'll roll it into a nice little lettuce wrap, and you'll have your perfect dinner. So I just transferred everything from the stove into this bowl. I have the quinoa in here, black beans, chicken, roasted corn, the onion mixture, and the green onions and cilantro. So it's all in here. Now I'm going to put together my dressing and we're going to finish it up. For the dressing, we're going to use some olive oil, probably about 1/4 of a cup's worth. A little olive oil. We're going to use the lemon zest. Just zest it right into the olive oil. Then a little bit of lemon juice. You can just squeeze it right into the bowl and make sure to catch any seeds in your hands. Just a little bit of lemon juice. Always a little salt and pepper right into the dressing. Pepper. I'm going to use a little bit of cumin. Cumin's a spice that I love to use in this type of dish. It adds a little bit of warmth, a little spiciness without it being hot. So add a little cumin in here. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of agave, which is kind of like honey, but it's a little bit thinner and it has a nice flavor for Mexican style dishes. So I'm going to mix it all together with a little whisk or a fork. I like to take a little taste of the dressing before I mix it in. It's a little too sweet, so I'm going to add a little bit more lemon juice. I like to have the tanginess of the lemon in this dish. And then that should be good. Then we'll just toss it in. I like to add in tomatoes at the end because I don't like when my tomatoes get mushy. So I chopped up some tomatoes, add them in, and then I'm going to cut up an avocado. So this is the way that I like to cut an avocado. You just slice it right down the center in a circle. Avocado is one of my favorite foods. Put it like this. Open it up. And then I just cut it like a little checkerboard. Just down and then across. Take a spoon. Toss it in. And then we'll just mix up the whole medley and it'll be ready to put in your lettuce wraps. So I'm just going to scoop it into my iceberg lettuce and make a nice little lettuce wrap out of it. And you don't have to eat it like this. You could just eat it like a plain salad, but it's kind of fun to make it into a little taco. So I'll just roll it up. Okay, let's give it a try. It's really light and nice. You can taste the cumin. It has a nice spice to it. Cilantro, lemon. It's really good. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's weeknight bite.